Okay, good morning everyone. I am recording this assembly now. Hopefully you've all watched the clip that I asked tutors to show you, which was just about a minute long, and you might be wondering why I've shown you that this morning. I hope you've had a little think about it. But the purpose of that clip really was to make you think about concentration and being focused on what is going on. Okay, when there's a lot going on, it's easy for us to be sort of focused on one particular thing and maybe miss something else. Okay, so the purpose of that clip really was about concentration, was about focus, and was about being aware of what's happening. Okay, because in year 8, the options process is about to start, and this is a very busy time. Okay, so there will be a lot going on. There will be a lot for you to think about. And it's about you ensuring that you are concentrating, you are focused, and you are looking at the whole picture and the whole situation. Okay, so that's why I showed you that clip this morning, really, just to make you think. This is the start of the options process, which is very exciting for you lot, because I think for the first time now, you are starting to make your own decisions about the curriculum that you follow in school. Okay, so there are lots of options and there are lots of different choices for you to make, and they're really, really important choices moving forward that could really shape the rest of your future. Okay, so it's important that you are thinking very, very carefully about those decisions, and you are taking advantage of all of the support and guidance that is on offer before you make those very important decisions. So it's really time for you to think. And I know that a lot of you have already started to think, because you know that this is on the horizon. But you need to start to think about, what are your favourite subjects? What are your favourite lessons? Which lessons do you enjoy the most and why? Okay, you need to think about things like different types of qualifications. There's a whole range on offer for you to choose from, but you need to think about the difference between GCSEs and vocational qualifications and which may suit you better. And for those of you who are unsure, the vocational qualifications are more practical. Okay, so those are the subjects where you may be doing more hands-on things, and there's a smaller element of written work or exams. Whereas for a GCSE qualification, there may be a much larger element of examinations and written, what we would call more academic work. Okay, so those are the different types of qualifications, and you need to start thinking about which suit you best. Okay. You also need to start thinking about your future. Now, it might seem very early to be thinking about careers and jobs and what you're going to do for the rest of your life. But it's never too early to start thinking about what you're interested in and which pathways you might like to pursue, okay? Because those can have an impact on the types of options that you choose now in year 8. Okay, so you really need to just start to think about it. So this term then, you will choose your GCSE options. Okay, you will make the choices before the end of the summer. In September 2021, to the start of the next academic year, you will start these GCSE or vocational courses. Okay, September of year 9. You will receive a lot of guidance and support to help you, and I'll talk to you more about that a little bit later on. Okay, but you will have plenty of help to make the decisions. And it's really important that you ask lots and lots of questions. Okay, this is a start of you going out and being a little bit more independent and finding out the information that you need to know to make the best choices for you. Okay, you are all very different, and we appreciate that. And we have ensured that the options process allows for many different personalised pathways, okay, for different types of learners. But it's important that you make the right choices, and you do that by asking plenty of questions and getting all of the information that you need before you start. The last thing we want is somebody starting a course in September and they were completely unaware of what that course actually involved. Okay, now is the time to find all of that out. Okay, Why do we do options in year 8 then, you may be wondering? More and more schools start to ask pupils to pick options during the summer of year 8 rather than year 9, as was traditionally the case. And a lot of this is to do with the requirements of the GCSEs. Okay, they changed a few years ago, and those GCSE subjects became far more intense. The workload increased. There were more skills involved: analysis, interpretation, literacy. Okay, and the fact that there was more involved meant really that you need more time to prepare. Okay, so there's more content, more skills, and we felt that more time was needed. And many other schools have actually started to go down that path now and to choose their options during year 8. Okay, so it's far more common. We also feel like by the time you've had the experience of 2 years in the school, you know what subjects you like, you know which subjects you don't like, and so we would rather you spend an extra year pursuing the curriculum that is right for you and that is applicable to your interests and your future, you know, the pathway that you want to follow, rather than spending a year in subjects that you know you never want to do again. Okay. Now, when you leave at the end of year 11, each of you will leave with a capped points score. Okay, and you may or may not know much about this, but your cap point score is based on how well you do in 9 GCSE or vocational courses. Okay, so there's no difference between GCSEs and vocational courses in terms of cap points. Okay, you can achieve the same cap points through vocational courses, so long as you you achieve the grades that you need. Okay, the point score depends upon the grades that you achieve. Okay, you all have to do GCSEs in English language. You have to do maths and maths numeracy, at least 2 GCSEs in science, and you also have to do Welsh. Okay, so that is for everybody. Many of you will do English literature as well. You will do a qualification in religious education, and you then choose 3 options from the option columns. Okay, there will be some groups of pupils who will choose 2 and will do a vocational option that's been selected for them, but the vast majority of you will choose 3. Okay, and you will all have the opportunity to complete the full 9 courses by the summer of 2024. So by the time you reach the end of year 11, you will all have the opportunity to have done the full 9 to maximise your cap point score. Okay. It's clear then that time is precious, and we've already said that is the reason why we're doing this now and why we give you an extra year to study those GCSEs. And I think now more than ever, okay, due to the fact that we've all missed time in school, having face-to-face teaching where we've been learning at home, now more than ever, the time that we've got face-to-face, is very, very precious. And so it makes sense to us, that we do this now and we make the most of what we've got. So I've already said then, and just to re-summarise for you, everyone studies the core subjects that you can see on the list there in front of you. Okay, and then you choose from the option subjects. Now, not all of these subjects may run. It depends upon the numbers and how many pupils are interested. If there is very, very low interest for a particular subject, then it may be that that course cannot run. Okay, so it's very important that we know who is interested in what, so we can make sure that we give every course the best chance we can of running. So you can see there we've got art, we've got health, social and childcare, engineering, hospitality, which is of course your food technology, geography, history. Digital technology is a new name for ICT, so that course has changed. And Mr. Eldridge can give you more information on that than I can, but it's just so you know, I've put ICT in brackets just so you know that that is the course that replaces ICT. We've got music running again for the first time in a couple of years. because obviously we've got Miss Allen who's able to deliver that. We've got performing arts, we've got product design, PE and RS. Okay, so those are the subjects that you can choose from. What will happen next then? Okay, so tomorrow evening, Wednesday the 14th, is the options evening, which is running on School Cloud. Okay, so all of your parents and carers will have received the details and can log into School Cloud and make appointments to speak to options teachers. Okay, now I would recommend that you make appointments, that you attend those appointments as well with your parent or carer, and you make appointments to speak with teachers of any courses you are interested in. If there's a course you are definitely not going to do, you do not need to meet with that teacher. You need to meet with any teachers of any courses you are considering. So if you think you might be interested, then make an appointment. The appointments are short, so it's important that you have your questions ready in advance if you have any. And then you can talk about the course, what it entails, and whether or not the teacher feels you would be suitable or that course would be a good fit for you. Because remember, you are looking to find out the courses you would be most successful at. Okay, so it's important that you ask the teachers, do you feel that this course would be a good fit for me? Okay, does it suit my skills? Would I find it really difficult? Or do you think that I would be able to cope well and be successful following this option? Okay, so you've got opportunity to speak with all of the options teachers either tomorrow evening. I believe some of them are running on Thursday, but that information will have gone out. By Friday, we are going to do the first scan of subjects, which is a free choice. They will not be in columns at this point because we just want to get a first indication of who wants to do what, and we will use then this data to make the option columns that will suit your cohort. Okay, it is very important to point out that these choices are not set in stone. We know that you've been off school for a long time and you might not have had a chance to experience some subjects as you would have if you were in school. So the choices that you make on Friday will be a first indication. If you want to change your mind, then you will be able to. Okay. You will then, after Friday, so after this week where you've had your School Cloud options evening and you've sort of told us which choices you think you're most interested in, you will then have a couple of weeks where you will have further opportunity to speak with subject teachers, to go to lessons, and obviously in subjects like technology, you can start speaking to teachers who run the different courses and asking about the courses, and they will give you as much experience as they can in the lessons. If you need to, you can arrange meeting with Miss Griffiths, who's our careers leader in school, or Lorna McIntosh, who is our careers advisor from Careers Wales. Now, if you want to speak to either Miss Griffiths or Lorna, then you can arrange this through Miss Griffiths. So I know you all know where to find her. But if you see Miss Griffiths and ask her, she will arrange a meeting for you, either with herself or with Lorna, and you can start to talk about careers and which subjects are best suited to different types of careers. Okay, so you've got opportunity to do that. This should give you then, by the 10th of May, enough time to have a better idea about whether or not you're happy with your choices or you need to change. And we will then release the options in columns. Now, this may affect your choices, as don't forget you can only pick one option from each column. So if the two you want to do are in the same column, this could cause an issue. And of course, then you may have to have a rethink on that. Okay, we'll then do the second scan by the 17th of May. And by the end of June, we'll have interviews with all staff to confirm your final choices. Okay, so what do you need to do then? Start thinking about it. Which subjects do you like? Which are you good at? Find out more about vocational courses. Do your research. Have a look online. Talk to staff. Talk to your 9s and 10s. Talk to family members. think about what you want to do, right? What are your career plans? Where are you going? Which subjects would suit best? And again, book those meetings in if you need to with Miss Griffiths or with the careers advisor, and we can have more in-depth discussions with you to help you as much as we can. But the main thing is ask lots of questions to get all of the information that you need. Okay. Right, I'm just going to stop the recording.